What's going on, guys? Captain Papi here. I'd like to give a shout out to our members, TheLordShiro, Mecha Gary, Wisniewski, Omni, Kisa, MyDrunkenMoneky, Cswins, Ryoiin, and Stump D Gacha. If you'd like to support the channel, hit the join button or follow the link in the description. Now on with the episode.
Now recording.
Bro, where is my guy Craig?
Yes, sir.
Where is
Bring
the
him
dude?
back.
Where is the dude at?
Now recording.
No, and then he'd like die halfway. You're like, come on, dog. What you doing, man?
Yeah, can't trust him.
It was so much
That's
better
what
having
happens
that,
when you
though.
don't pay your employees, Papi.
Bro, hey, man. Hey, man. The GGP fund's there. The ledger's been updated. You guys can have a look at it. The link's somewhere in one of the chats in some place. I don't know where it is. But the ledger's around somewhere or other. The numbers are all there. You can see the money coming in. There's no money going out yet, but...
Yeah, all 2 cents of it.
Yep, that's it. Now, we actually, you know, here you go for people that are listening to the start of this episode. If you're an animator or like you make intros or whatever it is, hit me up. We want to make an intro for GGP. So we're looking for someone that actually has some good skills. So hit me up, send me some stuff, and then we'll have a chat about it. Because why not? You know, that's kind of what our consensus is with the money that we've been making, which again isn't much, but we have enough to maybe commission something like that. So I reckon it'd be pretty cool if we could.
Sounds
Yeah, that'd
good.
be sick.
But
Oh yeah.
without further ado, after waiting for Flame for 30 hours, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Good, Great, Perfect podcast, episode 61. Today it's a little bit of a different episode, as a lot of people may have seen via Twitter, via YouTube community tab. Treasure Cruise doesn't have a lot of news going on right now, which is understandable. As we've kind of come to the consensus as a group that it doesn't really make sense for us to continue to push out just purely OPTC podcast episodes, because there's not a lot of news to talk about. And whilst we are more than capable of discussing why Treasure Map is bad for the 30th time in a row,
Right?
we kind of realized like there's no point. I mean, sorry, Knight. There's no point in doing that. Like, there's no point in kind of repeating the exact same content over and over again. I mean, whilst we have done that in the past, we've talked about the same things a lot of the times. It doesn't really make much sense to just constantly repeat it. So we put out a post and we said, with the merge of both versions, the both versions now running on the same news schedule, because in the past we used to have the ability to discuss JP news and global news, so there'd always be something going on, something to discuss. But now that both games are on the same schedule, it's a little bit more challenging for us to, not challenging per se, but it's just a lot more bland. Like, there's not a lot of content.
We could sit here and talk about Treasure Cruise for like 30 minutes maybe, and then like that'd be it. But like, this doesn't mean that like we're not doing normal Treasure Cruise podcasts anymore. We're still doing it. It's just that the fact that the lack of news and the lack of content that's been releasing, it's just there hasn't been an opportunity for us to really talk about much, right?
That's right. So we put out a poll, and we kind of gave our reasoning. We gave our 3 options. We said still maintain 2 episodes per month of Treasure Cruise. We said 1 episode of Treasure Cruise and 1 episode of something else, which is what we're doing today, or 1 episode of Treasure Cruise and 1 GGP extra video. The end result came up, 55% of you wanted 1 ep of Treasure Cruise and 1 other ep per month. So congratulations to those people. And it is kind of like crazy. It's still 30% of people wanted 2 episodes of Treasure Cruise per month. And we get that. And, you know, we not necessarily apologize, but at the same time, like,
you're saying that 30% of our viewers are crazy people?
Correct. That's actual facts. And also,
damn, that's crazy, man.
This man actually calling out people like a demon. This guy really called half out a third of the people listening crazy. You know what? He's right. So that's like, I don't really know how much else we really need to say, but that's kind of like the reasoning behind it. And like, obviously on the same token, like, it kind of, you know, lets Flame and Knight chill out a little bit too, purely because, you know, they don't engage with the game as much or at all anymore. Like, they still keep up with the news, but like, it isn't just shoving down Treasure Cruise down their throats on a consistent basis. It gives them the opportunity to flourish a little bit more and you know, and take control of the conversations at times too. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing now. So I would assume from now on, it's going to be every odd numbered episode will be a like non-OPTC episode, and then every even numbered episode will be an OPTC related episode. At least that's probably what we're going to run with for the time being, or for the foreseeable future, that is too. But that also doesn't mean that if there's a lot of news that comes out in a 2-week period, then we probably will prioritize running OPTC eps. But I highly doubt we're going to get positions where every 2 weeks is going to be enough news to cover an entire episode. So we'll play it by ear. But just for everyone that's listening right now, every odd numbered episode, so this episode 61 is going to be non-OPTC, and then episode 62 will be a Treasure Cruise episode, and we'll play from there. I know Flame's excited. Flame came, he said, I'm going to organize the plan today. I was like, huh? This guy,
yes, sir.
He's excited to just chat about, things that aren't Treasure Cruise, which is really respectful. Also, I want to say, 27% of you aren't subscribed. I'm going to do that YouTube thing. So go
what?
Sub. That's what I'm saying, dog.
That is unbelievable.
Disrespectful. I mean, it's pretty good, but yeah. 30% in the last night. Come on, dog.
Shaking my head.
But
if you watched to this point, you better hit that button.
That's what I'm saying. Nah, you know what it is though? In the last week, 52% of people that watch our videos aren't subscribed. How in God's tarnation are you not subscribed yet? You dinguses.
Hell no.
Road to 2,500 subs. That's the new goal. So a little bit of help, you guys can definitely get us there for sure. But we have a list of topics we want to talk about. We don't really have much of a structure. I think the plan for these episodes are just going to be, we're just going to have a list of available topics to discuss, and then just whatever pops up, we're going to talk about them. Or if somebody has something that they really want to talk about, we'll just talk about it as well. So everything's kind of just whatever happens. So I mean, Flame was the one who was really gassed about recording this thing. So I'll hand the reins over to Flame for this episode, I think, or I'll probably keep going. But what do you want to? What's on your mind today, Flame? What do you want to discuss?
Oh well, I'm actually in a really good mood because I just got my scheduling for my 2 jobs, and
there you go.
So if you guys didn't know, Elden Ring comes out next Friday.
Yes, sir.
Oh yes.
And I didn't take this on purpose, but I work 2 jobs. My second job, I'm actually going to be on vacation from the 26th, which is next Saturday, to the 5th.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't realize that was actually the week Elden Ring was out, so I was
That's
like, oh shit.
Actual perfect time.
So I got my bank schedule today for my primary job, and I'm off Friday when it comes out. So I was like, fuck yeah.
Oh, massive.
Yeah.
That's
so I'm really
gonna be stacked.
I'm really looking forward to Elden Ring. I got into the Souls series a couple years ago, and this is going to be my first Souls game that I buy on release and play. So I'm looking forward to enjoying it with everybody. I know Knight's super hyped for it too.
This is Knight's time to shine, man. my dude's been gassed. Can I get a year? No, I know Knight's been gassed for sure. Knight, let us know how you feeling about Elden Ring. Where's your vibe at with that?
I'm really excited for it. Like Flame, this will be my first game on release, so really, my first Souls game on release that I will be playing, which is really nice. Really excited for it. And I've been trying my best to avoid spoilers, but they've been answer.
Yeah.
But no, you can keep going.
No, I was just gonna say I haven't seen I've tried not to look at many
good,
bosses or stuff on YouTube.
Did you guys play the network test that came out late last year?
No, I didn't get invited.
Yeah.
Damn, dog.
Okay. Not that cool.
All right, so I know Todd, you're gonna get it as well, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'll be playing and streaming it. Yeah.
So, as someone like me, for example, who hasn't played a Souls game, hasn't engaged with any of the kind of I've watched I've watched playthroughs of all the Dark Souls games. I've watched playthroughs of Sekiro, of Bloodborne, of all that kind of stuff. what do you think Elden Ring is a good point for people to jump into, or where are your heads at with that kind of question?
Ooh.
I mean, I can't say right now because I
Yeah.
haven't played it.
Yeah.
I mean, but the thing with a lot of those games, unless like you're playing like a sequel, obviously, is you can jump into them because like they're their own individual titles.
Yeah.
Obviously, depending on which one you play, it's gonna vary from is it like more advanced? Like if you play the older games, like you're gonna see like a lot more flaws and like technicality. I can't fucking talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um,
Technical glitches in this.
a lot of flaws.
Yeah.
But for example, like Elden Ring, it might be like a lot more fleshed out.
Yeah.
Like the bosses might be more like unique and advanced. So I don't know. I think a good starting point for like a Souls player is Demon Souls on the PS5 because that game it's honestly really easy. Like at least it was for me.
Yeah.
Someone who played all of them. So I think that's a good starting point.
Yeah.
And I would honestly recommend playing them in like the release order because you kind of get to see how From Software like evolved like their I guess game making.
There is also the other perspective of so with Elden Ring, the thing that's a bit different is the game is like super like open world like.
Right.
And I think that if you're jumping into this game as like your first Souls experience, it may be overwhelming. But at the same time, if you've played other open world games in the past, you might actually prefer that. So there is that. And then there's also the other component of like Bloodborne, because in a lot of people's opinions, Bloodborne is like the peak of Soulsborne games. And it has like this unique thing with Bloodborne where they actually want you to play super aggressive in that game, whereas in some of the other Souls games that you actually benefit from also playing defensively. So there's different play styles between all the games. So I don't even know where the best point to start is. I mean, Demon Souls being the first one is also really good. If you have a PS5 and you can get the PS5 version, it's absolutely beautiful. But yeah, I'm super pumped.
I would say that Elden Ring could potentially be a good place to start because it's not. I haven't played the game yet, but it's.
Knight's actually finished it.
Advertised as. Oh yeah, of course.
He was the dev.
Devmare is back again on Elden Ring.
Yes, sir. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, it's gonna be like a little bit more easily accessible for I guess for a lot of newer players because they added like a new mechanic like with spirits that you can summon, so you can like kill enemies and then you'll be able to use these enemies as like spirits later on. So it's kind of like Pokemon type of deal, but not really. But you can do that, and then also, you know, if you're having trouble, you can always co-op, which is, I mean, yeah, co-op's like not too bad. And then, so I feel like there's like a lot of stuff you could do, especially like going into this game compared to some of the other ones.
I wanted to piggyback off of something I just said with the co-op. With this game in particular, it's not like they specifically made it for co-op, but they centered it like with co-op in mind. So like a lot of the areas were made with co-op in mind, compared to the other games. So if you like get a couple buddies you play with, that might be a little fun.
Yeah, because I just looked and it's on Steam, so that's a big positive for me. Because I don't own any of the new gen consoles, and I still don't know if I'll buy it or not. But just like from how gassed everyone's been getting about it, and I've just watched like some of the trailers, and it looks beautiful, like hands down. Like it just looks like a really gorgeous game. But like I think like it seems awesome. Like, and I'm looking. I kind of want, because again, I'll mediate this conversation because I'm not a Souls person at all, but looking at the timeline of Souls games, I kind of want to go through each one with you guys, I suppose, and then you give me your opinions on each one from 2009, which is when Demon Souls was released, to 2020, which is again Demon Souls was released. So,
like, what you want us to rank them?
Yeah, in a sense too. So I think you meant to type in like what Soulsborne games, so it comes up with everything, I suppose.
One thing that a lot of people always forget about Sekiro, I absolutely love Sekiro. I think that actually might be my favorite Souls game at the moment.
Sekiro is awesome.
That game is base. I know a lot of people don't like it though because the combat can be mundane and pretty basic compared to the other Souls games because of like all the different variety of weapons you can use in all the other Souls games. But with Sekiro, you're stuck with the katana most of the time, and you have like the other like switch weapons and stuff you can use in combat. But majority of combat is with a blade, and a lot of people don't like that. But I really like the mechanics of Sekiro, and the story is really good too.
So all the games, you have Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. You have Demon Souls. You have Sekiro. And you have Bloodborne. Am I missing any?
Right. No.
Okay.
No, that's all.
Alright, Demon Souls. I know it got re-released, so you can use the re-released one, but how do you guys feel about Demon Souls?
So I mean, I enjoyed it. That was the first game that I played on my PS5, but that was definitely my least favorite of all of them. The reason why is because if you play the other ones and then you play Demon Souls, you can clearly see how like that was the first game that they made. Like you can see how the bosses,
you can see how it evolved.
The bosses literally have like 2 or 3 moves. Honestly, the mobs are way more difficult than the bosses. The thing about Demon Souls is that game in particular, if you use magic is literally super effective towards everything in the game. It just cheeses everything. And the last boss is kind of just a meme.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah. Knight, how do you
feel? Demon.
I think Demon Souls is really good. I don't think it's bad that it's easy. I just think that, like, at least for me, I didn't play it on the PS3, so playing the other ones first and then playing that one, like, gave me an advantage that people in 2009 didn't have
at all.
Yeah. Over here running around the ball, dude's fucking in the corner trying to hit me.
But I think it's really fun. When we go on to like the later games, we can see that like Demon Souls kind of inspires like Bloodborne because the way that the hub is like in Demon Souls is very similar to the one that they make in Bloodborne, where there isn't like bonfires like in the Dark Souls games where you can like save at and then go to an area. Like when you die, there are like little places where you can like return back to, but there isn't like a place where you can go heal and then go out back from there. You have to like start from one area and then traverse through the whole thing, which I really enjoy. There was only like 2 areas that I wasn't a huge fan of in the game, but overall I thought it was a really fun experience.
Awesome.
But like Flame said, it was a lot easier than like the later games.
Yeah. I don't know if I said this. If I did, I didn't mean it. Because Knight said like he didn't think it was bad because it was easy. I still enjoyed the game. I just thought it was the easiest of any of them.
Yeah. All right, Dark Souls 1.
I personally have never played any of the Dark Souls games, so I can't comment too much on these 3.
Oh man, Dark Souls 1. I love and I hate Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1 was my first Souls game. I love it. I think it's a great game. It's just I played the original and then I played the like the remastered one. Oh my god, dude, that game is so buggy and clunky. Like there's a boss. I forgot the name of the boss, but it's like towards the end. It's like it's like that tree boss that you fight that you have to like. Yeah, the Bed of Chaos.
Oh yeah.
That boss is so cancerous. Basically, you go into this room, the whole room is like glitching out, and you have to like just not get hit, and you have to like get to the center of like its core and stab it. It's like the most awful thing ever. It's the worst boss I've ever fought in my life, and I hate it. But there are really amazing parts about Dark Souls 1. I love the first half of the game, like the beginning up into Orlando. And one of the iconic bosses of that game are Smog and Ornstein. It's like the first like you have to fight 2 bosses at once. Like it's super cancerous, but it's really fun. The later half of the game is like okay, but Dark Souls 1 also has a great DLC, and that one's really challenging and fun.
All right.
Dark Souls 1 was also my first game, and ooh.
It's always ooh whenever we get into
man.
It's definitely like when the game journalists say this is the Dark Souls, like that's the Dark Souls. Like like the first game is always like the worst one, but it's also like really fun. Like Flame said, I really enjoy like the first half of the game went up to in Orlando, and that's like that was the hardest boss for me, like out of like all the games. Like they took me like the most time.
Yeah.
But the second half, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Like I appreciate it, but it's just I don't know, when you get to those bosses, they like feel like really easy. Like easier than like stuff that you faced before, but you know, they're still pretty cool. I actually got the platinum for Dark Souls 1 like a month ago or two, something like that. And like for a platinum game, I don't think it's a bad game. Like if you wanted to like play a game 100%, especially for the Souls games, which are kind of more grindy, especially Dark Souls 3. Like I think that one's a pretty good platinum along with Bloodborne. It's not too bad in my opinion.
Awesome. All right, and then we're gonna jump to.
I wanted to mention this. I actually have a funny story about Dark Souls 1. So in the Dark Souls series, there are like these iconic enemies. They're called the Black Knights, and one of the I think I don't remember if you run into them earlier, but there's a lot of them in Orlando. And I remember I had so much trouble with them. And there's this one bonfire in like the castle of Orlando, and like it's inside of a room, and right when you leave the room, there's like a spiral staircase where you could actually glitch off of, and there's a Black Knight waiting for you right at the bottom of the staircase. So I got so fed up with fighting them that I literally for 4 hours I stood there and I parried him for 4 hours straight. And I got to the point where I learned how to parry them completely, and I've never died to one to this day.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, isn't like I don't know if it's true or not, but like, doesn't it work like if you kill an enemy enough times, it stops spawning, or is that a myth kind of thing?
That's not for Dark Souls 1. That's for Souls 2 and 2.
Okay.
Like 12 times, and then they'll stop responding. But in the other games, they don't have that feature.
Well, that's a perfect segue for us into Dark Souls 2. How do you guys feel about Dark Souls 2?
As I said, I haven't really played the Dark Souls games, but from what I heard that Dark Souls 2 was like a huge fan favorite. I heard it was a fan favorite.
See, I heard the complete opposite. I heard that like it's one of the like worst games in the Souls series. So that's interesting that we've heard two different sides of the coin.
Well, let's get the opinions of the ones that have played it.
Of the almighties. Here we go. Go for it. Dark Souls 2. How do you guys feel?
Well, for me, I actually didn't play Dark Souls 2.
Ooh.
The reason why is because I think the director of the game that made like the other ones didn't make Dark Souls 2. He wasn't on
Dark Souls 2. I think that's because all right.
Right. And that's one reason a lot of people are iffy on it.
All right, go off, King. This is your moment, Knight. Dark Souls 2.
So I played Dark Souls 2 and I like it. Like it's debatable.
It's like the mixed
if it's
opinion.
Like the worst one. Yeah, it's like a lot of people say it's the worst, but like you could say that Dark Souls 1 is worse because like there's like a lot of mechanics that they added into that went on to the other games that won, and you can appreciate them. Like in Dark Souls 2, that was the first game where respecting was an option. So respecting is when you like invest some stats in like whatever, and then say you want to change them later. you can't do it in like Dark Souls 1 and Demon Souls, but
Right.
from Dark Souls 2 on, except for in Bloodborne, you're able to like change your stats like when you want, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also added item called a bonfire aesthetic, and the bonfire aesthetic allows you, when you like kill a boss, or if you want to like respawn an area to a higher new game level, you can use it to respawn bosses or like get items back from stuff, which Souls 2, but since the game originally was supposed to come out for like a higher well, they planned the game to be for like what wasn't compatible for like the PS3 and stuff, so they had to like scratch it and like start all over a bunch of times, and then there was like a deadline. So there's a lot of things in the story that are like messy, and a lot of things that don't fit, which is what like a lot of people would say are issues that they don't like about 2. But overall, besides like some of the bosses being kind of whack, like 2 is actually pretty good in my opinion. Not the best game, of course, but you know, it's serviceable. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do in it.
Yeah. Okay.
So what came out first? Was it Bloodborne came out next, or was it Dark Souls 3 that came out next?
It was Bloodborne.
There you go. All right, Bloodborne.
Oh man, that's my baby. That's my favorite.
Bloodborne is crazy, dude. It goes off.
So Todd can chime in now. Do you want to go first, Todd?
Yeah, I haven't fully completed the game, but like I've watched and read plenty of Bloodborne related stuff.
Yeah.
Bloodborne is probably one of the best video games ever made, honestly. Just from everything that I have seen, read, watched, everything. The combat is really fun as well, and that's one of the cool things about it is there is so many different ways to like play the game and different ways you can beat the bosses. I like the story. The story is amazing as well. The world that has been created in the world of Bloodborne itself is super engaging.
Yeah.
I love the aesthetic of it too. Would love to see a remaster of this game. Would be amazing, or even a sequel of some kind.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, this game is a bunch of fun. And as I said a little bit earlier, this game really rewards you on being hyper aggressive, which is a little bit different from some of the other games, which I think is super unique. I love it.
Awesome. All right.
Oh man, so I have a rocky love-hate relationship with Bloodborne too. So when I first got my my PS4, Bloodborne was one of the first games that I bought.
Yeah.
And like Todd mentioned, I love like the setting, the theme of Bloodborne, just like old medieval shit. Like that shit's so cool. I played that game for the first time at like midnight, and there's these fucking crows. They're like they're on the floor. They look like they're dead. When you walk by them, they make like the most horrifying fucking noise in the world. It's
loud
so
as
creepy.
hell.
And it's super loud. But like Todd said, this game does reward you for being aggressive, and the reason why is because when you take damage in Bloodborne, if you hit an enemy back as soon as you get hit, you basically get your health back. So it awards you for pushing onwards with the enemies. But yeah, when I first got the game, I played this game 4 times at 4 different like years, and the reason what I mean by that is I would always run into this boss. It's around like the first quarter of the game. It's called the Shadows of Yharnam.
Oh yeah.
It's like you have to fight like these basically like this one boss that splits into 3. And I could not beat this fucking boss for the life of me. I gave up like 3 or 4 times, and then the last time that I tried to play the game, I finally fucking did it. And that game, it's amazing. I actually platinumed Bloodborne. I also love the DLC. The DLC is fucking amazing. It has some of the hardest bosses. There's a boss, I believe her name's Lady Maria, the second to last boss.
Isn't it like the hardest boss in all the Soul series or whatever? It's like what is like something of cost? I don't know.
Yeah, the Arfin of Cost is what a lot of people say is the hardest.
That's
the Ludwig fight is dope as
yeah,
fuck.
all the boss fights in the DLC are amazing. Also that game has like it doesn't have as many weapons as like Dark Souls, but it's like different varieties of weapons. Like each weapon, like you can either one hand or two hand, so it kind of gives you like a different play style, which is really fun. One thing I don't like about Bloodborne is the fucking blood vials. Those are cancer, but when you get like later into the game, you get so many that's not really an issue.
Yeah.
I also really like the trials. The trials give you something to actually do after the game is over before you like move into New Game Plus, and some of them are really challenging. Like you basically first like some new bosses, and then some are just like spiked up versions of previous bosses you've already fought. Like for example, they have a boss. He's like really big, and you fight him in like an outside area in the regular game. But in the trial, you actually fight him in like a cave in a closed, like an enclosed area, and it's super cancer. Like it's really AIDS. One other downside to that game is since it is older, and like Todd said, it'd be really nice if it got a remaster. It's in 30 FPS, so it is kind of like when you play it. But
and I think I haven't tried it myself, but from what I've heard from people is that if you actually play Bloodborne on the PlayStation 5, like the one that you can download from the store, like it actually runs worse on the PS5 than it does on the PS4.
I can imagine because it's better hardware.
Screw that, dude. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you do want to try it, it's free if you have PlayStation Plus, so it's there.
All right, Night. Bloodborne, baby. How you vibing?
Yeah. Similar to Flame, except for I bought my PS5 for Bloodborne. That was the game I was most excited for after completing the 3 Dark Souls games. So going in, I was really hyped for it. Gonna touch on like what Flame said because he explained it, but like just for the like audience. So when Flame was talking about blood vials, unlike in the Dark Souls games, blood vials are like your healing item, and since they're consumable, you can't like refresh them, unlike Estus and like the Dark Souls games, which is refreshes whenever you use a bonfire. So that's why it's like kind of cancer because you have like a certain
like in early game you have to like farm them.
Yeah. It's like Demon Souls. You have to fucking farm the flowers.
Grass,
the grass.
There we go.
Yeah, but God, Dark Souls. I mean, not Dark Souls. Bloodborne is such an amazing game. Really love the weapons like Flame was talking about. You can like unhook them and hook them, like, so they have like different forms when you press L1, like damage. So like when you like change the weapon to the different like forms that it has, they can deal damage during the transformation as well, so you can build up damage without like having to stop or whatnot. And then they also added like a like most broken item of all time. It's called a Beast Blood Pellet, and the Beast Blood Pellet basically increases your damage based off of how many hits you deal to the enemy, but at the same time you take more damage when you get hit by an enemy. And if you have a full meter, you deal like 8 times damage, which is insane on like a lot of things, which is really crazy. But yeah, I don't have much else to say. Everyone basically spoke what I said. God tier game.
God tier game. All right, from Bloodborne to Dark Souls 3. How do you guys feel about Dark Souls 3? DS3? Where we at?
You didn't play it, right?
No, I didn't play this one.
So Dark Souls 3, I'm actually, to this day, I'm still at the very end of the game. I still need to play it, the ending. I've beaten basically everything until the final boss. I played the first DLC. I beat it. There's 2 DLCs in Dark Souls 3. But I love Dark Souls 3, especially now on the PS5. They added the 60 FPS update, so it's super smooth to play. Um, it's just it's like the pristine edition basically. A lot of people say the game's easier. One of the reasons why is because in Dark Souls, like the earlier ones at least, they are very stingy with the bonfires, so like it kind of adds to the cancer of the game. In Dark Souls 3, they're very generous with them. Like you get one so often that it's like sometimes you're like, what the fuck? Like I just got one. So I know a lot of people didn't like that, but the bosses in Dark Souls 3 are super cool. They go insane with like the music and like the fucking area of effects. A lot of trouble with Sister Freed. It's such a cool boss fight. It's like a triple stage boss fight. So you basically have to fight 3 phases. And in the final phase, or the final 2 phases, you have to fight people. So it gets really I'm sorry. The second phase, you have to fight 2 people, and you just fight her by yourself.
Yeah.
Then there's one boss. What's the name? The Nameless King. The Nameless King is one of my favorite boss fights. He just comes down on a fucking dragon. You're in like a fucking like a hurricane. It's so fucking sick. There's a boss there's 2 bosses in the DLC. The second one, I think his name is like Medir. Is a big ass dragon. And that dragon actually has the most hit points of any boss in all of the Soulsborne's games, Sekiro included. So it takes like a fucking long ass time to kill. And then I know that there's another boss in the DLC that Knight's probably gonna bring up that's fucking badass. But yeah, Dark Souls 3 is just kind of like the pinnacle of all the Souls games put together. It's super fun and it has a lot of lore, like if you're into the Souls series.
There you go.
That's sick.
There we go.
I'll have to give that one a go.
Yeah, for sure. Knight, wrap it up. DS3.
Definitely. Yeah, Dark Souls 3 is like my second favorite of those Souls games. It's really fun. I would say, I don't know, that game felt like easier for me, like going through it compared to it. Was just, I guess it's more because of like my experience with the other games, like made it a lot easier for me. So like going through it wasn't too bad in my opinion. But yeah, like Flame said, a lot of bonfires in the game. Like you kill a boss and then you get a bonfire, similar to how in Bloodborne when you kill a boss you get like a lamppost to go back to the hunter's dream. But with the bonfires, like it's like super easy because like I was saying earlier, you can like heal at the bonfires and restore like your Estus and stuff, which makes it like a lot easier than a lot of the other games. But yeah, Dark Souls 3, like Flame was saying, has like a lot of god tier bosses. Frida, who Flame was mentioning, is my second favorite boss in the first DLC. And then my favorite boss comes from the second DLC, who's the final boss of the game. His name is Slave Knight Gale, and my god, he's god tier. Like he's legit guts, but yeah, he's basically guts, and like unlike a lot of the like Dark Souls bosses, they're like gods or like big ass monsters and shit. Like this guy's just a regular ass dude that's like
gonna beat your ass.
He's fucking about, you know.
This is my goal, so I'm fucking you up, and oh my god, he's so fucking cool, man.
Yeah, awesome.
I was gonna say, there's Knight. You remember the first boss in Dark Souls 3? You know how like there's a second variant to him that you fight later.
Yeah, Gundyr and Champion Gundyr.
There's when you fight this guy, Champion Gundyr, Papi. He does this combo to you where it gets so ridiculous that like it doesn't matter how perfectly you dodge. He just keeps hitting that you run out of stamina and he just hits you. Like it doesn't matter.
Relentless.
It's so ace.
That's so messed
up.
So
this guy, he like the first time you fight him, he's kind of a pushover.
He's like the tutorial, right?
Yeah,
like the tutorial boss.
That's the first boss you fight.
Yeah.
This is big ass glaive, and like he swings in like the first phase. It's like, all right, I can just like sidestep it and beat his ass, and then when you get to champion Gundyr, like when you get him to half HP, this guy he just charges up and hits you with hockey, and then you get stun locked.
Yeah, like, bro, he just blocks
you. Like he just stun locks you with like Conqueror's hockey, and then you just get like rolled. It's the craziest shit ever.
Wildin'. All right, last but not least, Sekiro.
Bro, I love this game. This game is so good. I haven't played all the Dark Soul games, so I definitely need to check them out at some point. But man, Sekiro is so much fun. I love the combat in the game, even though a lot of people don't like it because it can be boring. But I love it because like all the parrying and then like you respond back. It's like it's so cool because it actually like makes you feel like you're actually like a swordsman, like a samurai.
Yeah,
it's so sick. And I love the world as well. The world's really cool in Sekiro. The story's not too bad. It's not like the most engaging story ever, but it's not too bad. And yeah, some of the bosses in this game are also really cool. Like the one that stands out is like the guardian ape, because like when you when you fight him, he only has one health bar, right? And you think, okay, he's only got one health bar, we can take him down. He dies, and like the whole pop up comes up like enemy slain or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was in this game. But then it's like enemy slain, and then like because the killing action of killing this ape, you cut off his head. He doesn't have a head anymore, and then after that message pops up, he comes back to life. He doesn't have a head, and you got to kill him again. Oh, dude, that was like one of the best moments ever. It's so sick. Oh my god, good game.
Good.
Fucking Sekiro gives me nightmares. So Sekiro was one of the last game I played that I beat. Shout out to my friend Mihawk, he put me on it. I think Sekiro is the hardest of all of them. Bloodborne's my favorite. I think Sekiro is the hardest. I personally love the combat style of Sekiro, the fucking the parrying, the jump, like where you can jump on their head and stun them. Like I loved it. They have 3 bosses in that game that are just ridiculous. There's the last boss, which is the Sword Saint. There's an optional boss, which is this huge demon. And this demon,
oh yeah,
this demon has 3 forms. But the reason why it's the hardest boss, in my opinion, is because it forces you to play in a Bloodborne fighting style, which is super hard to do in that game because you're just not used to it.
Hatred.
Right, you play super defensive in that game, so to play him like a Bloodborne boss because he's super aggressive is really hard. And then there's the third boss is the owl, but you fight the owl twice. You fight the owl the first time. The second time is an optional time, I believe. I might be wrong on that. But the second time you fight him, he's like the same version, but he's just like on steroids. So it's like it's fucking crazy. But like Todd was mentioning, with the guardian ape, there's actually a guardian ape because and after that, because what is it night with 2 of them?
Yeah, you fight. So there's still like this one part in the game where you go and you have to find a flower. What is it? Like, amulet or something.
Yeah.
The whole point is like trying to way the immortality of the lord that you serve. There's like this cave and then Guardian Ape pulls up headless, and then when you beat him his first health bar, he like runs away, and then he screams, and then this other like big ass ape just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, you gotta fight him and like his wife. It's I wanted to kill myself.
Him and his wife, god damn, man, that's too much.
Yeah, fuck that thing. But that game is awesome, and I'm really excited to see the next installment to what From Software has to bring after Sekiro.
So then,
oh yeah, and I forgot about another boss. The Divine Dragon boss fight is really cool.
Oh yeah, that boss is fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was so badass though. It's so sick. Oh,
Yeah.
I just love the aesthetic of this game. It's so good.
So I guess that pushes us back into Elden Ring. So obviously the game will be out by the time we record our next episode.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be able to talk about it, or you guys will be able to talk about it, and maybe me as well. But what are your expectations? What do you hope that they produce? What do you hope that they put into the game? Are there any concerns? Like, what are your finalizing thoughts when it comes to Elden Ring? At least, I guess, from what you've seen or what you hope for, at least.
I hope that there's good replayability in the game. I think the game's going to take a while to actually get through, which I think will be good. And it's a really large world to explore. There's lots to look at, a shitload of dungeons and stuff, which is cool because it's like open world and there's bosses to fight in the open world, but then there's like crevices and doors that you find hidden dungeons and stuff. And then by completing these dungeons, you get like rewards and stuff. So I think it's gonna definitely promote exploration to, so you get the better rewards, which will help you get better and stronger throughout the game. We don't know too much in terms of like how many main bosses there are. I think there's in terms of big bad main bosses in the game, I think there's supposed to be at least 5.
Right.
And because I can't remember, there's one for each region of the game, and then there's probably another end boss, or we don't know exactly how it's going to work. But I just hope that the game is fulfilling in the fact that after you complete the main story, that there's still something to do. I would love that, something to keep people coming back to the game, and I'm sure they'll probably do DLC at some point too. So I'm just super pumped for it.
There you go.
Yeah. For me, I'm hoping for a lot of iconic boss fights.
Right.
I'm really looking forward to I know he didn't really have that much of an impact, but the creator worked with George R.R. Martin, which is the creator of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
He kind of the world was kind of a little inspired from some of the stuff that he provided, but it's not too much. But I really hope that you could actually get to see it. I hope that whatever that fucking Dark Souls multiplayer bug that's going on right now, that they had to shut the servers down. Yeah. I hope that is not in Elden Ring, because that sounds horrible. I hope that the co-op is fun. I know that they said that they're making this game, I'm not gonna say easier, but I think they said more accessible to players and newer players. Yeah. So hopefully that's actually true. But mostly, as always with these games, I'm looking forward to a good challenge. And like Todd said, the replayability. But the thing about those games is sometimes I always just like to run through it again on the New Game Plus anyway. So
sure,
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Knight, let us know, King. Where are you at? What are your hopes?
Well, just minor thing I want to say before getting into my hopes and stuff. So there was a little interview with one of the directors, and they said that they had to nerf one of the bosses in the
oh my god
in the network test, because apparently a lot of people were struggling with
blown back.
But they did say that there's gonna be a lot of optional bosses and stuff that are gonna be on the same level of Medir and Orphan of Kos, which are
hey, yikes! Hey,
yikes! All right, relax.
That's
so
good,
that's
though.
something.
That's really good, though.
Yeah, the boss is supposed to be a earlier game boss, so I guess they didn't want it to be too hard for people.
That's so funny that you mentioned that, because from what I had heard from, I was watching Asmongold, he was talking about Elden Ring, and he was saying that oh no, he was reacting to do you know Vata Vidya on YouTube?
Yeah, Vata Vidya. Yeah.
So his latest video regarding Elden Ring, he was saying that during the network test, they actually gave people better items. Like when you go back to those parts in the game, in the actual game, all those good items are no longer there. So it's funny that people were already struggling and they had like the buffed items at that point in the game too, and they were still struggling.
Over. I'm feeling this boss gonna blow people back completely.
I can't wait to see some of the videos that come out from Elden Ring. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
But, my hopes in general are that I hope the lore is really good. Like I always love the lore that they put in all their other games, so I'm really excited to see how the story goes. And apparently, like unlike the other games, like the lore's like already set, and you're just like diving into the world. Where in this game, if I recall correctly, like the story's which is gonna be really cool, and I'm excited to see like how that plays out. How, let's see, if I defeat this one boss before another one, will the story all gonna be the same type of deal? So I'm excited to see how that works. Like Flame said, excited for a challenge. Hoping that some of the bosses in this game maybe exceed like some of my favorite ones currently. Maybe hoping to see that they do. Also looking forward to DLC, because I believe like the DLC is like where they put some of their like best work and like some of the most enjoyable experiences. And then just in general, I hope that there's a lot of fun weapons and stuff to build with, because I want to like try out everything in this game. So I'm hoping that there'll be a lot of fun things to play around with.
All right, I have 2 more questions before we wrap up Elden Ring. Question 1.
Okay.
Are you guys concerned at all that it's an open world game?
No.
Okay.
No.
Absolutely not. I think that's probably the best component of it.
There you go. Because I think there's always a lot of concern when games become open world, that they just become like worse sometimes, or they just don't know how to fill the actual world with like things to do and like. But at least from what you guys have described, I don't think that's going to be much of an issue. Second, go for a flame.
I was gonna say, well, one of the things that always makes those like the Souls games fun is the older games. Obviously, they weren't open world, but something always cool was like when you would just fucking walk around, and then you would just run into something, and you're like, "Holy shit, what the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
So I feel like that would help out with that and make that like more of like an experience.
The Souls game, they're not linear, but like there are linear styles to the game. Yeah, like you basically have to follow a set track. Typically a set track to get to the end of the game, whereas with this, well, you can go to this area to where the boss is and go beat him, but there's a lot of other stuff to have a look at first, which I think I do like.
Imagine if they do some like Breath of the Wild shit where it's like you can just go to the final boss at the very start of the game, but he's just gonna absolutely like
destroy you.
Like you have no shot.
I can't wait to see how speedrunners are gonna deal with this game.
That's what I'm excited to see for sure as well.
That's always fun to watch. Like when a game first comes out and see the evolution of speedrunning, it's good.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
They always do, right? All right, question 2, less intense of a question. Are you guys going to make content on Elden Ring?
Maybe.
I'm expecting it from you two.
I was going to say 9.
Yeah, I definitely want to. I want to put like a lot of time in the game and learn it, and then maybe, something might come out. You might have to just... But
yeah,
I'm getting a little tease,
little juice, little squeeze. Oh well, everyone's links are in the description down below, so make sure you subscribe to everyone. Because hey, you never know, maybe I'll make a video on Elden Ring. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
So like,
shit.
So like, make sure you subscribe to everyone so you don't miss out.
Papi jumps literally through the screen to fight the boss himself.
I'm actually like modding the game right now, so I'm fighting in the game.
Papi's actually the boss.
I'm actually the final boss. You pull up, it's just me.
The real question is will we actually find out what the hell is an Elden Ring?
Damn.
Ooh.
That's a real tough question.
Damn, hold on.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. All right.
It's like, is it a physical ring or is it just a ring created of something else? A ring of light.
There's like the like first trailer that came up for the game, and they say that the like ring was like broken, so I'm assuming that
It's just
we're
Lord of
gonna
the
like,
Rings. That's what we're playing.
yeah.
You're playing a glorified Lord of the Rings game.
Damn.
That George R.
Let's get it.
Tolkien came in and gave some advice on. So it's an amalgamation.
It's over. Yeah, they actually got it wrong. It wasn't George R. R. Martin. They got Tolkien in.
They got Tolkien in. It's like, oops. Tolkien's like, I just want to make an anime Lord of the Rings. I mean, that's actually coming out as well, I'm fairly sure. I think there's an anime Lord of the Rings happening too. So that's pretty interesting.
Well, there's like a new TV series or something.
Yeah, I think it's like an anime Lord of the Rings, which is pretty interesting. All right.
Damn, I guess I better watch the Lord of the Rings films then.
Yeah, damn, Drew. I want to talk about Pokemon.
Oh,
All
yes.
right.
Legends Arceus. I don't know. Have you guys? I've beaten. I finished, quote unquote. I got to the end credits. I haven't done like the full game. I think the last time we talked was like halfway through. I think. Where are you at now? You're finished now?
I finished.
Okay.
I'm in this game now.
There we go. Flame, have you played it at all? Have you finished it?
Yeah, I haven't played it since the first week it came out, but I'm on the snow area. I think that's like the last area or the second to last area.
Yeah, one of the last areas.
But yeah, I've played it.
I think you're done the Pokedex, I think it is, right?
I've done everything aside from the Pokedex. Like I need like 40 more Pokemon left. But yeah, I've completed like the main story and stuff.
What do you guys think of Legends Arceus as a Pokemon release? It's a very broad question to start off with, but I feel like it can help us get into a conversation about it.
I like the freshness of it. It's completely different to anything else that we've had. So I do appreciate that. And it's nowhere near a perfect game. There are definitely some things that they need to polish and fix for future releases of similar titles. But like if you would ask me, would you rather play Sword and Shield again, or would you rather play Pokemon Arceus again?
No,
I would easily say Pokemon Arceus.
Yeah, dude. Fuck that. Yeah, 100%.
With this new style, there's just no reason for them to go back to Sword and Shield starting games.
Yeah.
I would still appreciate remakes of like, Gen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever they want to do. But
yeah,
man, like after playing this game is like way too much fun.
Yeah, I echo that 100 million %. I actually love this game. So I feel like it's what I've told friends is like this game has given me the same like excitement and joy that like Heart Gold, Soul Silver did when it released. Like it's on that like caliber of like this is like one of, if not my favorite Pokemon games to ever.
I don't know if I'd put it on the same tier as like Emerald, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Fair.
I don't know if it's that high for me, but it's up there. It's good.
I just think like it's like I feel way more immersed in this in the Pokemon universe than I ever have felt. The fact that you run around and like it's an actual environment. And their Pokemon is living, doing their thing. You can just bink Pokeballs on. You can just start spamming balls, just going when you're running around and stuff.
It legit feels just like an actual, like real world Pokemon. That's 100%. Literally what it feels like. Yeah. So like imagine this game, but like with the graphics of Elden Ring.
Oh, it's fucking over.
It's over. Like best game ever.
I mean, it's over as in my Switch will explode, but like because there's no shot. But
yeah.
Yeah, I think Legends Arceus is an incredible, like it's a step in a very, very good direction. And like I wouldn't mind if they can maintain the Legend series from now on.
Yeah. I was gonna say I really liked the game too. I really enjoyed like the freshness of it. Just going from like the old style to which I still like the old style, but just coming to this new style. I'm not sure if I'd really want to play the old style again.
Yeah.
But man, there's just sometimes I get so frustrated with that game. I'm just like, man, Game Freak. I'm just like Game Freak. Like, what the fuck? It's not really. I feel like it's not really even Game Freak's fault. It's just the Switch is such a piece of shit. compared to like newer consoles. Like there was a point where I was just like walking and I saw a Pichu, and I forgot what the shiny variant of Pichu looked like, but I saw a Pichu, and half of the Pichu's face was black.
What?
Like the shading was just fucked on the Pichu, and I thought it was a shiny Pichu until I went
Man's
to my
running
box.
up. He's like, quick, let me get it.
But yeah, like the textures and the shading, like at times on the Pokemon were like really bad. I felt like the world was bland. Like at points, like it looks like a tech demo, that game, which I hate to say,
little bit.
but it does. Um, I did like what's it called? I like the kind of the customization that you could do for the characters with like the clothes and stuff. That was cool. Um, Also, I kind of liked what they did with the like the outbreaks for the
Yep.
shinies. That made it like way easier to get without having to complete the Pokedex and all that other nonsense that you used to have to do. Um, but I'm just hoping that at some point we can get better hardware so we can get maybe a better game.
It's sad, but it's
Yeah.
true though. It's sad, but it's true. Like, imagine
I would
if
love to get a high tier Switch console. Like it is so frustrating that they did the OLED and the internals are the exact same.
the bigger screen, man. You don't want a bigger screen in your Switch.
Like, I mean, from what I've heard, like the OLED is an amazing screen on like, but personally, I rarely play handheld.
That's what I was about
Switch.
to ask you. Like, how often do you genuinely like play handheld? Like, maybe if I'm in bed or something like that, I'll do it. But like otherwise, I guess just plugged into my TV.
I know I know a lot of people that actually play a lot of handheld, and I mean I'm happy that they do because they still get to play the games.
Yeah.
But I always just play with my Pro Controller. That shit's way better. The only time I play handheld is if I'm like dead and I don't want to sit at my computer area and I just want to fucking lay down.
That's what I like about the Joy-Con thing. Like I was like when I was playing like Pokemon, like like whatever, right? You just sit there like lying down, and the Switch is just like stood up, and you just like your hands like God knows where. You just holding both Joy-Cons, just chilling, But otherwise,
I was gonna say,
I'm not doing it.
There's a downside to playing it like handheld though, because like depending on the game that you're playing, like for example, if you play Xenoblade 2 handheld, it looks horrible.
Yeah,
like it looks really fucking bad.
It's I don't know. It's a shame. It's a little frustrating, that's for sure.
I mean, yeah, it's annoying now that we have like PS5 and the Xbox Series.
It's not like it's actually like such a weird like decision from I understand they want to go for it. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's just like because like the Switch came out in like 2017. Like the PS4 and the Xbox at that time were still better consoles.
Like the base PS4 that counting is better than the
maybe Nintendo just want to cheap out or something, but man,
I think they were still going for that DS handheld.
That's what I was thinking. Like they still want to control, quote unquote, the handheld market. But at the same time,
but then they get all these third party titles that run like absolute dog shit on it. Like it's just stupid.
Oh my god! Did you guys see? We might talk about it later, but we probably won't talk about this specifically. Did you guys see in the direct when they showed the new MLB?
Yeah,
I was gonna say, did you see the new MLB game?
That's maybe the worst shit I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god!
That shit looked like a bro. That shit looked like a PS2 game. Like
it did.
If they were smart with their marketing, they would have just not showed any gameplay. That was bad. You know what I mean? They would have just showed like Shohei Ohtani and then be like MLB coming to the Switch soon or whatever. Everybody oh hold on, that's kind of gas, and that's about it. But instead they're like, nah man, let's just actually show let's show gameplay. Why would you do that?
No. Or even like I had when the new Pirate Warriors came out, I bought it for the Switch, and that was probably the worst decision I've ever made.
Oh my god!
Literally, some of the animations didn't even play properly. Like I remember the scene in Marineford where Luffy like falls from the sky when he's on the ship with the Impel Down prisoners, and it shows him falling down. He's literally in a T pose flying down. It's so bad.
That's wildin'.
Yeah, and the graphics are just dog shit. So if you ever have an opportunity to buy a third-party game and you have the option for the Switch or anything else, choose anything else.
Yeah,
anything else.
It'll just be better.
Like first-party stuff on the Switch is alright. Sometimes. I mean, like that's what pisses me off though. Is like when you compare like Legends Arceus' graphics, for example, and for me, like I don't hate how it looks, but nor do I like it. I think like it still looks pretty, but it's just not like as good as it should look, right? But when you compare Legends Arceus to and then say, yeah, Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild are both released on the exact same console, you're like, yeah, I don't know. Like it doesn't
That's
like,
annoying.
It's like how did you make like Mario Odyssey is cracking. That shit is so beautiful. Yeah. The same as Breath of the Wild as well.
Yeah, even Breath of the Wild is still very good looking. And that was like the first game that ever came out on it.
No, you know it's a beautiful ass game on the Switch, fucking Mario Kart.
That's what I'm saying.
That game looks I think most games on Switch are on 720p, unfortunately, but that game looks 1080.
How do you have those games released, but then release Legends Arceus to look like that? I don't understand. Like, maybe there's technological boundaries. Like, maybe like there's so much going on in Legend Arceus in the back end that it's hard to make the game run well at good quality. But like, surely there has to give something. Like, it doesn't make much sense, like, how it can't, like,
but, like, people will always argue, like, oh, you don't play Pokemon for the graphics, man. It's always about the gameplay.
But this game you do, though. This is the one game that you played for the graphics, too, though. I feel like, with all the other, like, you know, linear Pokemon games, where it's like, you go to the gym, you go to the town, you do this, like, okay, you could potentially argue that you don't play those games for the graphics. But Legends Arceus is an open world, like, you can pretty much do whatever the fuck you want kind of game. So the graphics of the game plays a much larger role.
Speaking of the Switch.
No, go.
No, I was gonna.
One of you go.
Wait, who's going?
Go for it. Okay. We've been doing this shit for 3 years and we still suck at it.
I'll just say my point because it's still on topic with this before Knight goes whatever he's gonna say. I was gonna say I hope this isn't true, but my logic with Game Freak was always like, because I know Pokemon is like one of the most like treasured franchises. It's probably like one of the most popular. Biggest franchise. I feel like they're at the point where they skimp out on shit and they just don't give a fuck because they know people are gonna buy. They're gonna buy it anyway, so they're like, "Who cares?" And that sucks.
I know it's they've won. They've won. Like they're already you're winning. Like you can't lose.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Knight?
I was gonna say, speaking of third-party titles, the Assassin's Creed.
Oh hey, no!
You wanna play Assassin's Creed on the Switch? Hey man!
Hell no! You gonna fucking jump into the haystack. The haystack's not even gonna move.
Hey, nah, you guys wanna play Live Alive? No, like yeah, hey man, I'm excited for that. I
don't know about all that.
All right, Knight, what were your thoughts on Art Legends Arceus before we jump into the Nintendo Direct?
Yeah, I like it. I wasn't the biggest fan of the gameplay loop. Like, I feel like some of the things were a bit annoying. Like, oh, you have to see Dialga use Roar Time 90 times. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's AIDS.
Yeah.
That's kind of cancer. But, I mean, it helps that, like, some of the things, like, if you want to, like, get the Pokedex entry, like some give double points, which is nice, but I just wish like there was like a better way to do it. Like I feel like they could have did it better, but I think it's fine, but could definitely have done it like a better way. But overall, I liked the game. It was really fun to play. Enjoy shiny hunting on it and stuff, and I had to play more, but I feel like in the future they could definitely improve on the gameplay loop.
I just want to.
I just thought of something real quick because we were talking about the graphics, right? And honestly, I do think that one of the best looking Pokemon games ever, despite the game not being that fun, in my opinion, was Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
Correct.
Yeah, that game looks amazing.
I'd agree.
Right, graphically, one of the best, if not the best, Pokemon game ever.
Yeah,
and I looked who actually developed the game. Game Freak developed it. So they can do it, but they just don't, you know? It's annoying.
The graphics guy took a day off when they were making Legends Arceus, and it's like, oh shit.
Bro, he got fired after Let's Go Pikachu.
They're like, it's too good looking. They like it. They like it.
Yeah.
Like,
anyways,
one thing that I wanted to say is that like on like the story thing, and this is like towards where Flame's at, so I don't know how much of a spoiler it really is, but it's like all the frenzied Pokemon, right? Like the Cleavor, they give you this whole background of like, oh, Cleavor's friends, blah blah blah, and then you get to the snow place, and they're like, yeah, like he's frenzied, but like, does it really matter? Like, do you need to? And then you have this like whole ass long sequence of fucking nothing, of like, should we go? Should we not? Should we? And I'm like, just don't put this one into the game. You don't need to force a 5th like frenzied mon if there's no like story for him to be frenzied or whatever. All the other ones, like, there was this like great backstory as to why they were frenzied and you had to help them. But then the last one, they're like, yeah, I mean, he's frenzied, but like, does it matter? And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. That caught me. Like, I was so mad at that. And then plus, like, even after that, we're like all the stuff happens and the commander's like, yeah, see you later. I'm like, huh? I've been running around this goddamn game helping your ass, and then you're gonna blame me? Nah, that's not fair. That made no sense.
I was gonna say, on a quick side note, I like this, but at times I thought it was really funny, like the realness to the story, because like it's kind of cool, because like it's like you're in that world where it's like not everybody has Pokemon, like a lot of people are like afraid of the Pokemon stuff. But I always thought it was funny how like they'd be like, oh, watch out, that Pokemon knows like Thunderbolt. I'm like, what the fuck?
I think like I think also the thing that I enjoy is like it's a little bit like it's gonna sound kind of dumb, but it's a little bit more mature for a Pokemon game. In the sense that they bring up like, yeah, this Pokemon will kill you. And you're like, whoa, hold on. like,
at the beginning of the game, the fucking your rival gets his fucking ass beat.
That's what I mean. Like, the rival is just like, yeah, I got blown back. Now I'm scared of all Pokemon or whatever. Yeah, all right, yeah.
Actually, you know what was one thing that was infuriating with this game though?
What up?
Is every time you want to go to a different part of the map, you needed to go back to the village first, and then you have to go from there. Like, we have to take the Jubilife security to go back. Like, bitch, I'm the best trainer in this region. I'm the best trainer in this region. Right? Like, come on, dude.
That makes no sense, like, logically, though. Because, like, they have these, like, security guards meant to protect you, but then when there's, like, a frenzied Pokemon, they're like, oh, Todd, you can go kill it. And I'm like, what about the security guards? You have the security guards doing fucking nothing then. Like, hello?
Like, what do they have? Muskets? What do they have? Muskets or something?
The man's pulling up with a toolie trying to blow these heads off, you know? Like, that made no goddamn sense.
Man. Yeah, I hate that. That's
weird.
The most annoying part.
There was parts of the game where I'm like, wow, they've done a really good job. And then there's other parts where it's like, this makes literally no sense why it's working out the way it has. But I mean, like, I hope that, like, there are a lot of positives though. Like, I like the item collection and crafting in a sense, because I feel like it's pretty, like, it's a pretty unique, not a unique system in general, but like, at least for Pokemon, it's pretty cool. Like, seeing
gives you something to do when you're out in the world.
Exactly right. You know, like, I like the fact that you can just evolve a Pokemon at your whim. You don't have to, like, you know, you can just do it whenever you want. Like, the option's there. And I love that you can just change moves on the fly. That is so sick. That you can just change and move. Like, oh, okay. Like, imagine like you're in the Elite Four. You can just change like a Pokemon's move. You're like, oh, okay. Oh, my Inferno doesn't need close combat in this fight. I can just give him Flamethrower or something like that instead. Like, just like chop and change. I think that's an awesome idea. And I hope that like future Generation 9 or whatever. I hope that like when Gen 9's game comes out, I hope they take a lot of the ideas from Legends Arceus and put that into that game as well.
Totally agree.
Yeah, I just wish that they had like you could like change your Pokemon out in the wild.
Yeah.
That'd be really nice, but you know, it's fun what they had though.
It was always like weird though, like how you can't do that. But for example, like you can go back to like the camp and then like the security guard's like, hey, want to change your Pokemon? And like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
where are you getting my mons from? Hello? Like, how does that work out? But yeah, I don't know. I really liked the game in that kind of, because I felt like the world was good, but I think at the same time, a lot of like the open plan stuff was kind of just like, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of ups and downs to it. Like, I still really enjoyed it, but I think that it's like Flame said at the very start of this. It feels like it's a play test. It feels like it's a beta for what could have been like Legends Arceus in the future or something like that.
I wonder if they're gonna actually release another game in November, because they always typically have a November release. So maybe they could do DLC maybe in November. I don't know.
There's a rumor about DLC.
What
but
would
I'm
Legends
not.
Arceus DLC even be? That's what I would question. Like, what
Maybe
would
they'll
you...
just like import like, oh, here's like 100 new Pokemon you can go catch or something.
They probably add like
Imagine.
a whole new area would be my guess. A whole new area,
something like that.
A bunch of mons, maybe a couple like legendaries that, like maybe a couple legendaries that weren't already in the game. Probably something like along those lines. Yeah, Legends Arceus. I think we're all pretty happy with it though at the end of the day. So, thumbs up for that. And I think we'll wrap up the last topic before we get into some questions with the Nintendo Direct that happened on the 9th of February, 2022. I don't think there's many nothing in the headline as quote unquote that really needs to be talked about. I mean, the cool thing is Earthbound is coming to the virtual console, so that's pretty neat for those kind of people.
Bro, the biggest debate of all time was given during that Direct, where initially they're like, "Oh, here's something for our Mario Kart fans out there."
Golf King.
And then they're like, "Oh, we heard you love this game. It's been out for a while. Yeah, like 10 years just about now. Here's some DLC that you can buy. We can get you more tracks for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We know you love Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so here's some more tracks for you. Hopefully you enjoy."
I was pissed off at first, but here's a question. What would you actually want out of Mario Kart 9?
Oh, I got no idea, to be honest.
Because in theory, right, people want Mario Kart 9 for new tracks. So technically, they've just given us 48 new tracks or whatever it is in Mario Kart 8. So it's a bit of a give and take, I suppose. It's a bit of a sour taste in our mouth, but at the end of the day, it's still
Yeah, new vehicles, new carts, new tracks.
Yeah, new characters.
Yeah, that's true.
DLC like more Nintendo crossover characters would be kind of cool.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Zelda. Link's in the game. Should I say not Zelda?
I want to race as Ezio, man. What are you talking about? It's on the Switch now.
I mean, what's stopping them from putting maybe some Super Smash Brothers characters or
Fire Emblem characters.
Fire Emblem characters. Well, I mean, Fire Emblem is basically Smash Brother characters, so same thing.
There you go, same thing, right?
Yeah. No, I was gonna say the thing that's really annoying about the DLC is they were like, oh, it's gonna be in 6 waves and it's gonna be through this whole year and 2023. So that means if there even is a Mario Kart 9, that shit probably coming out 2024.
It's gonna take so long to come out. Old ass man. You wanna play some Mario Kart 9, dude? Come on, dog.
We'll be GGP episode 150 by then.
Dude, we'll do a GGP extra of us just playing Mario Kart 9 when it comes out. There you go.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to roll down this list on the actual Nintendo.com website. So we've already talked about Mario Kart 8. Bunch of new tracks. I mean, it's cool. I don't know if I'll buy it. I don't think I play Mario Kart 8 enough to actually, to warrant, buying the DLC, the course pass, I think they're calling it. So,
well, if you have the subscription with the 64 games, you get it for free.
That's a good point. So I didn't even have that, because I don't play much online on my Switch to start off with, so I stopped paying for the online services anyway. So I was a bit so I don't know, it's if friends want to play it, then I'll buy it, or I'll buy the subscription thing. But otherwise, I don't know, I probably don't see myself or picking it up. What
same.
about you guys? Yeah, same for Flame.
Oh yeah. Well, you talk about the Mario Kart stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll probably get it
because you're a big Mario Kart fan, aren't you? You play.
Yeah, I love Mario Kart. I'll play it. I'll stream it. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Knight, what are you thinking? Mario Kart 8? Yes, no?
No, I'm probably not gonna pick it up.
All right. So the next featured Nintendo Direct item is the new Fire Emblem Three Houses. What is it? The not fighting game, but
it's basically it's a Dynasty Warriors game.
Dynasty Warriors
Fire Emblem
game.
I'm thinking about it. I don't really like the Dynasty Warriors games because they're super repetitive, but I know that they changed a little bit with the Zelda one that came out, Hyrule Warriors.
True. Yeah.
So I really did like Three Houses, so I might pick it up just to see if it's some type of extension to the story or like an
Right.
alternate variant to the story.
Right.
So I'll think about it.
Okay.
I don't think I'll pick it up. Like I don't. Yeah, that's not for me. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't think any of us. Are any of us actually like Fire Emblem fans at all?
I think Flame
Oh, I
is.
like
Wait,
Fire Emblem.
Flame, you like
That's
Fire Emblem,
fine.
right?
Yeah, I like Fire Emblem.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright,
Not
now
your thing.
here's a controversial one. Mario Strikers. How do we feel about Mario Strikers?
I have never played it. I
I
know that a lot of people like it though.
I played the GameCube one. I think I think there was one on the Wii too. I think I played that one.
Yeah.
The GameCube one was my favorite. I really liked it back in the day. There's no chance in hell I'm buying the new one. But I don't know. It's just like a Mario sports game. It's not that crazy. My favorite Mario sports game is the baseball one.
Mario,
but yeah,
like, All-Star Sluggers, I think it's called or something like that.
Sluggers. The one, whichever one was on the GameCube, that was my favorite. But I'm not picking it up.
I love soccer, football, whatever you want to call it. I think I'll pick it up for that reason. But I'm also scared because Mario, like the Mario Tennis on the Switch was ass. Like the Mario Golf on the Switch was kind of like average. And like I think this is gonna kind of follow suit. I feel like they try to do too much with these kinds of games. Like, they try to make it too arcadey. I feel like at least all the Switch variants. So I think like Mario Strikers was like a really good game on like the GameCube, but I'm kind of concerned that they're gonna like make it way too like arcadey and just way too like overt.
All of those OG GameCube games, the sports ones, were all so fucking good.
That's what I mean.
Even
like,
the golf one.
Like Mario Tennis, like on the Switch, like when you play like without the power ups, like it's just like a pretty decent arcade like tennis game. But when you play with all the power ups, it's just like it's too much. Like you're doing, like, it's not a tennis game. It's a fighting game now. You know, like it's a rock paper scissors kind of things. It's like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'll wait to like see if there's any like if people make content on it, and I'll like watch that and probably base my opinion from there. But you know, it's kind of up in the air. Aside from that, I'm guessing Todd and Knight are a no bueno on this one as well.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good. I mean, like maybe like if I'm like at a friend's place and like they have it, like it'd be good to like play in that kind of sense. But I'm not gonna buy it to play it myself. I'm good.
Yeah, that's completely fair. The first look at the co-op mode Salmon Run in Splatoon 3. Way.
I've actually played a bit of Splatoon 2.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I had me, Dylan, Cobb all had Splatoon 2 at some point, and like we played it for like a decent amount, and it's okay, but it's like a dumbed down Call of Duty. Basically, it's a dumbed down like childlike Call of Duty, and it's just not
the people.
It's not fun.
Shoot the floor, not the people.
It's just cringe. Yeah, no thanks. I'm good.
Yeah, I've never played Splatoon. Sorry to my boy Octo, one of our viewers. I think it's a baby game. I can't play that shit, man.
Called out.
And I'm guessing again, night silence is enough to tell me that this is a no bueno as well.
I don't have a problem with Splatoon. I think it's cool, but
you're not gonna get
I don't know.
You're gonna outright. I'm not spending fucking.
I don't have a problem with Splatoon, just the players, man.
Yeah, fucking weirdos, man.
I see you on there being your ass.
Alright, here's one that's gonna probably be a little interesting. Kirby and Forgotten Land.
Yes.
You're gonna pick it up.
I'm really excited for that game. It looks like Mario Odyssey, which looks really fucking cool.
Yeah.
The car Kirby is ridiculous.
Bro, the mouthful mode is hilarious.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Fucking week. There's like 10 games coming out in that like 3 week span.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm definitely getting it. It looks so fucking fun.
Yep. Knight. Todd, what do you guys think?
Go for it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I love Kirby. I haven't played one in long time though. I haven't played one since what was the Wii one? Return to Dreamland. I haven't played since.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to play this one.
Yep. Todd?
I've actually never played a Kirby game before, but like if I'm ever gonna pick up a Kirby game, this would be the one I'd pick up because as you said, like it looks super like Odyssey. Looks super close to Odyssey. And the game looks fun. Like it looks great. Like as the first party titles, they all look good on a Switch.
Yeah, bro. Kirby looks fucking smacking.
I don't know. Does Nintendo give the first party developers like secret juice to make their games look better or some shit? Like I don't know how it works.
I'm sure they do.
But the game looks great, and I don't know. I might pick it up. When does it actually come out?
I think the 25th of March.
Oh, it's not too far away.
Think.
Okay.
So like next month, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, I might pick it up. I have to wait and see.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat as Todd. It's like if the opportunity presents itself to pick it up, then I'll get it, but I probably won't like seek it out. But it does look really fun though, and I think like the mouthful mode I think is hilarious in itself. Right? One thing I want to mention on that though, I remember when I don't know if it was like you were streaming the direct, Todd, and you said like, oh, the mouthful mode's a really creative kind of thing. I don't know. I think it was like, you're just like, oh, it has a creative direction, or blah, blah, blah. And some guy in chat's like, why? It's not even that creative. Like, and I'm like, bro, like, the man was getting mad. I was like, what do you mean it's not creative? Like, it is creative. Like,
yeah, it is.
It's like, you know.
How can you say it's not?
Because the guy was like, yeah, well, in other games you can transform into things. And it's like, yeah, but this is like, Kirby's like sucking up a whole car and just driving around, bro. Like, it's, like, the way it looks and the way it all works out is fucking hilarious. I think that's like the creativity of that is amazing.
Jeez, all right. That guy needed to chill.
My man was pissed. He was like, it's not even that creative. And I was like, all right, boss man, you need to calm down.
Who's shatting that man's coffee that morning?
That's what I'm saying, dude. All right, here's one. The return of Wii Sports, the Nintendo Switch Sports.
Yes,
I'm down.
I don't know why they took so fucking long to make
that.
Like,
it should have been a launch title. If this was a launch title, it would have sold so many copies as well. It would have followed suit of the Wii Sports like style, because Wii Sports has sold like so many copies because it was just bundled in with the Wii.
I mean, Wii Sports probably goes down as like one of the best launch titles ever, to be honest.
Totally. I'm down for Nintendo Switch Sports though. I'm actually pretty excited for this.
Yeah, this is sick. I'm really looking forward to it, and I like that there's now like an online mode now, so you can play against other people online. That's so cool. And I mean, they got rid of boxing, which I don't mind that much because that was like the one on Wii Sports that I played the least. Yeah, to be honest. But like tennis is back, bowling is back. What else is in there?
Like baseball. There's baseball. I think there's sword or something like that.
Baseball's fun. Baseball was not. It's not in the new one though.
I didn't see
baseball's in the new one.
No, I didn't see
no,
that.
so that's a shame they're missing that. But golf is coming at a later date, they said.
So maybe they're
gonna I remember they showed like one or two like games that were like coming, and I just wondered in my head, I'm like, why aren't they just in the game?
So we have,
I don't know, maybe they need more tweaking.
We have tennis, bowling, the chambara, which is like the sword fighting.
Sword one.
There's football, like again, so it's kind of weird though. You're releasing Mario Strikers, but then you're like, oh, by the way, there's a mini game, soccer game, and our game coming out as well. It's kind of a weird option to go with. Badminton and volleyball.
So I feel like adding badminton and volleyball, like volleyball probably is fine, but like why have badminton when you got tennis? Like obviously it's not the same sport, but it's like it's very reminiscent of each other. I feel like it's just a different version of tennis. So I don't know why that's in the game and they would leave out baseball. Baseball was really fun in the original.
Totally. I love baseball in the original one.
So then, I don't know why they're doing that.
They've mentioned 2 free software updates are planned for release in summer and autumn. The first update arriving this summer will allow you to play football matches with a Joy-Con controller and the leg strap accessory. Are you guys going to buy the leg strap accessory to play Wii?
I don't think anybody is fucking playing that shit.
The reason why they make that is because they target like the mums that are buying like games for their kids. So then when they go when they go to like GameStop or like they go to like EB Games or whatever it is, then the guy's selling like Nintendo Switch Sports is like, oh, you can play with this leg strap. and like it's more immersive or whatever. So then they buy it. So that's how the Nintendo makes. It's like how Apple sells you like a cable for like $13 and became $1 trillion company because of it. So it's like it's kind of that kind of premise. But then they also mention the second update coming this autumn will add golf as the new sport to the game. So hopefully, like
I would, we gotta wait ages for it.
Yeah, it's a long time. I would love if like every season they just added like 1 or 2 sports or whatever.
Hell
just
yeah,
to keep it like like adding more and more into it. So I think like it'd be kind of stupid for them not to release like baseball or even like not to release boxing as well. Because I think a lot of people were kind of like they enjoyed like boxing on the Switch. So
yeah, the boxing
was rough.
yeah, the boxing was like it was so like unresponsive and
Yeah.
like funny that it was fun to play.
That's what I mean. So I think it'd be kind of gas. They show like some bowling thing where it's you can play with like 16 people at the same time. I think it was or something like that. I'm kind of keen for that. I think that's gonna be super fun to like, especially like stream content. Like you just get a bunch of viewers in. You just like I think it'd be like super fun.
That GGP Wii Sports session.
Dude, I'm in. All right. Yeah. So I'm guessing we're all picking it up then. That's kind of the consensus here, I suppose.
They announced the sword thing that they had on Resports Resort in the new one. I don't remember.
Is that the Chambara one? Like, was it the one where like you're on like a stadium, you have to hit someone into the water? Because that's what they added into this one. I don't know if that's the same thing though.
Okay.
No,
this one was crazy. Like you just pulling, you're just slapping around with swords. It's like a horde of people, and you have to like fight all of them. It was the craziest shit.
There you go. Yeah. And then the final thing is the unveil of Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Yes, sir, baby.
I know Flame's excited. I could fucking care less.
I'm asleep.
I'm asleep.
Man. I mean, it was it was heavily rumored that Monolith was gonna release something or announce something. So everything it was gonna be Xenoblade. Yeah. I just recently played Xenoblade 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I played them in 2020, I think. I don't think it was last year, so I just kind of recently got into the Xenoblade series, but I'm super excited for 3. It looks just like 2, which is really weird.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look any different than 2. The artist that drew the character designs for 2 also did the ones for 3, so that's why they look exactly the same. But this looks interesting because it has like elements from the first game with the Mechon and then and Bionis and shit. And then it also has stuff from the second game with like the Titans. So it's kind of like a mix of the two worlds. Yeah. It also seems like it has characters from both of the games like that are masked. One of them looks like Nia, the other one looks like Melia from the first game.
Yeah.
And it comes out this year, so I'm super excited for that. And similar to Elden Ring, this is gonna be my first Xenoblade game that I get on release, so I'm excited to play it with everybody else who gets it on the first day.
I don't know if you guys have seen it. Capcom have recently had like this website with a countdown timer on it.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And we have no idea what it's announcing, but a lot of people are predicting it's going to be Resident Evil related because the website looks like super dark and it looks Resident Evil-y, I guess in quotations.
Yes, I actually have some leak scoops on that.
Oh shit! Okay, some scoops.
So
Dev Flame in the house.
Yeah, Dev Leaker Flame here.
Devious.
So apparently they posted a screen of like it was like a different screen and it was like a reddish screen, and apparently that screen is similar to one of the menu screens in Resident Evil 4, and it's not announced yet, but everybody knows that the Resident Evil 4 remake is coming out. So people are saying it's that. Yeah. If it's not Resident Evil 4, it's probably gonna be Village DLC. But I also heard this. I don't think this is true, but if it is, that'd be really cancerous. People are saying that they read like the JavaScript or some shit of the website, and and one of the things in the code was that Microsoft bought Capcom, and it's gonna be
I doubt it.
Resident Evil 4 is gonna be Xbox exclusive.
I feel like that would have leaked. Like that information would have leaked because there would have been some like business like like handover kind of information because that's
contract
always,
stuff.
Yeah, that stuff always drops around. Where you can figure it out.
Yeah. But I think it's gonna be Resident Evil 4. I hope to fucking God it is. I mean,
I've actually never played Resi 4.
It's really good. Resident Evil 2 is my favorite, but Resident Evil 4 is my second favorite. So
well, as long as it's not like Resident Evil 3 in terms of content, because Resident Evil 3 remake was god awful in terms of the amount of content in it. Oh my god. Because yeah.
I was gonna say I saw a post. It was by Nibble, and there was like some article where they actually kind of mentioned some stuff about Resident Evil 4, and they said that Papi, did you play it?
No, I haven't played any of these games. No.
I think I know what you're about to talk about because like I saw that like there were articles relating to like some interviews saying like what's gonna be in the game. Yeah.
There's the very first area and like some of the other areas in the game. The first area is the village. They're in like kind of like the daytime going into the evening. They said that they wanted to change a lot of the areas in the game to the nighttime to make it like more creepy. They said they wanted to expand on side characters' roles in the game. And they also said that there's like a side story that you could do for Ada where you play as Ada. They said that they wanted to like extend that and expand on it. So I'm excited for that. I hope they don't do like way too much with the side character expansions where it's like kind of bad. But I hope that they don't Resident Evil 3 it. I hope to God they don't. I don't think they will though because you guys all know how hype Resident Evil 4 is. So I don't think they'll fuck that one up.
You'd hope not.
Yeah, you'd think they'd take it serious.
In
some capacity. Yeah,
I heard that the people that are doing that did Resident Evil 2 are working on 4 though, so that's good.
That's positive.
Yeah, because Resident Evil 2 Remake, it legit might be one of my favorite video games I've ever played, to be honest.
Yep, same. I love it.
The shit is absolutely god tier.
Yep.
I mean, I think that with Resi 2 though, with the remake, like the difference in the scenarios was kind of lacking. Like there wasn't that much difference between the two scenarios, so that would have been probably the only thing that should have been changed. But I mean, just overall, Resi 2 was so good, and if they got the same people working on Resi 4 remake, it's gonna be time.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
There's not a lot in the headlines. You have like No Man's Sky coming to the Switch. You have a free-to-play Disney and Pixar racer. That seems pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, I'll probably give that a go.
Yeah, why not? You have, as you mentioned, MLB The Show is coming to the Switch. One of the worst in games. Portal 1 and 2 are both coming to the Switch, which is pretty cool.
That's actually really hype. I fucking love Portal. Portal 2 is so fucking fun. If you guys never played it, you guys should play co-op on it. It's so
Portal
fucking
2
fun.
co-op is like one of the greatest things. Like it's so fun.
It's kind of surprising it took so long for it to come to the Switch, to be honest.
Yeah.
Portal 2 is probably one of my 10 favorite video games of all time.
New Taika no Tatsu, Live Alive, and Earthbound. I think that's about it though.
That Taika no Tatsujin game, the drum game, that they've been real scummy about that. How it's like the game comes with like 60 or 80 tracks or something, and then you pay a subscription fee to get an additional
more
500.
Music. Like it's so bullshit.
What?
That's so bullshit.
I quickly wanted to comment on the Earthbound. I'm super excited to play that because I know everybody's always hyping up that and Mother.
Earthbound's Earthbound's incredible. Earthbound's such an RPG.
I've never played any of those, so I'm really excited to play it for the first time.
Earthbound's like it's old. It's old school like RPGs, but like it's pretty sick. So like I reckon you'll enjoy it for sure.
Yep.
I think that's probably a good point to wrap up the content. 3 big topics discussed today, and maybe we can hop into some questions. What do you guys think?
Sounds good.
All right.
Yep.
As per usual, if you have any, there's no in other news this time, Knight. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't say. But from everyone's favorite section into everyone's favorite section, it's the Q&A. I'll keep that part up going though. As per usual, if you have any questions, you can send them through to us at Good Grade Podcast on Twitter and then via our usual community tab. First question comes in from at Red Halo Gaming. He asks, "You get $10 million, But for the rest of your life, a super intelligent, immortal, unstoppable snail chases after you and kills you on touch. The snail always knows where you are, can't be trapped, and can board any form of transport. Who takes the money? That's a no from me.
Super intelligent, immortal, unstoppable snail.
So essentially, like,
yeah,
you
can't stop it.
And it's always following you. So maybe like you're asleep one night and it's just like in your room. And he's like,
So basically, James Bond is a snail.
Yeah, essentially, like he'll hunt you down. Liam Neeson is coming in all possible.
That's it. We gotta just live on a boat.
Yeah.
Nah, but then he'll fly over the top of you, then jump off the plane.
Yeah, then it'll
fly
do
down and get you.
It'll do some Mission Impossible like type shit.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
I'm not taking the money purely because like people that take the money like I'll just keep moving. It's like nah, you're fucked. Like, there's no way.
See, the thing is I don't want to worry about it.
Yeah, that's exactly why I wouldn't take the money because like
it's always in the back of your mind.
Because like imagine like you're in imagine you see another snail like on the road or whatever. What if you don't know what fucking snail it is? You don't know if it's the one that's trying to kill you or the one that it's just a regular snail. But it's like I would hate to live like constantly afraid of like I couldn't sleep, at least for me. Like what if the snail just pulls up one day? It's like, like
yeah, he fucked.
And people say like, oh, but it's a snail, it moves very slowly. It's like you probably have at maximum like a couple months in every area that you ever like stay in. So it's just not worth it. Like it's just like it's not worth $10 million is not enough. Like maybe $100 million. All right, maybe we're talking different, but 10 million is not enough.
I was gonna say, could you kill it? But you said it's immortal.
It's literally immortal. You couldn't kill it. Like, whatsoever. There's like nothing can ever stop it.
What happens when I die? What happens?
I guess the snail stops.
If I did take it.
I guess like you take it, and if you
outlived the snail,
then you win, I suppose. I think like the whole premise is that you just take the $10 million, and then the snail starts following you or something like that, and then you just have.
What if we're able to like invest into like creating another snail and unstoppable snail?
Have the snail chase the snail.
Gets attracted to the other snail, and now you'll be fine.
No, you're fine. I mean, hey, hold on.
I think you might need a bit more money for that.
10 million.
Yeah, I think probably the money has to be increased a little bit because it's just in the back of your mind all the time. It'd be scary.
Yeah, it would be too much.
But then again, it depends, right? Because like, what if you had this with $10 million? You easily buy 2 houses, have one house on one side of the world, one on the other, and then every 6 months you just like move.
But could you sleep at night? That's the question that I have. I couldn't.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, he's highly intelligent, bro.
Like
he's
I couldn't.
One step ahead of your one step.
Yeah, I personally couldn't sleep at night. Like, cause like you'd always be like, what if he's like in the bed right now? Like, what if he's like outside my door? Like I physically couldn't like, I couldn't handle that kind of stress just constantly on your mind at all possible times.
Well, I'll probably just take it. I would take it and then invest it or use it somewhere else, or just make it so family members can have it.
Yeah, I'd take it and then put it in fucking Dogecoin or something. No, I'm just kidding. Like, but
no.
I'd take it and I'd.
Bro, I'm buying a monkey picture. What are you talking about?
Bro, you're not buying NFTs, dog.
Oh.
When do we? Hey Todd, I'm gonna commission you to make some NFTs, man. It's time to make some money. Hold on.
No, here we go.
But no, like, I don't think I'll take it. I don't think $10 million. If it's like $100 million, yeah, I might take it because you can do a lot with 100 mil. Like, and then if I die, then it's like, at least I, set up future wealth for every generation coming forward. So, but 10 mil is not enough for me.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yo, Todd's taking it. All right.
Yeah.
Night Flame, are you guys taking it?
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. Mess me with that.
Todd is brave. Good man. I respect
if it gets me, if it gets me, it gets me. Someone else will get the money at some point.
What if
actually what?
What if it gets handed over? That's a question. What if it gets handed over?
Dang! Wait, but what if we distribute the money to a bunch of different people? Because then what if the snail's like, oh shit, now I have to go 5 people. I have to go after 10 people.
Hold on. All right.
Sucks ass. I hate this.
So GGP takes the 10 mil and we split it like in quarter.
Yeah.
And and then we all have to, and then it's only ever chasing one of us at any particular moment.
Right.
Do we do it? Do the four of us? Okay, make it 100 mil. Make it 100 mil. 100 mil, but split between the four of us. But the one snail always chases at least one of us at any given moment.
So we're all getting 25 mil?
We're all getting 25 bags.
Well, my question is there like a way to know where the snail is at all times?
I'm assuming not, because then it'd be broken. You're like, oh, snail's in Guatemala. I'm alright. Like, I got time. I guess, like, for the experiment of, like, the four of us, one of us getting chased, we would know who it's chasing. I think that would be a fair thing. Because, like, oh, it's chasing Todd. Alright. The three of us are chilling. Oh, no, it's swapped over.
No, you know what we're gonna get? We're gonna get a radar of the snail, right? But the radar is the radar from Pokemon, like when you're tracking like a fucking mess spirit.
Oh my god.
It's delayed.
Every time you walk out a door, the thing just moves.
It's like it updates and it's just like beep 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 beep. It's like in the
same
your
fucking room.
You're like, oh fuck! You don't even know where it is. All right. Good question. Yeah, that's a good question. I respect that. Good question, Halo. Next question from Panuccio. They ask, what games will you guys be playing this weekend?
The hit One Piece mobile game, One Piece Treasure Cruise.
Shut up talking to me. But he's not wrong. I'll be playing Treasure Cruise. I mean, our weekend's almost done, really, but it's actually halfway through.
Halfway.
I'll
next weekend it's gonna be Elden Ring, though.
That's true. I'll be playing Treasure Cruise. Probably that's about it. Maybe some Pokemon. Don't know. Yeah, probably like that kind of
Master
stuff.
Duel.
I will be playing.
You're playing that.
Tales of Arise, which I just bought.
Here we go.
And Horizon. I'll be playing some Dokkan Battle. And a new Gacha.
You're not playing Dokkan. There's nothing to do in that game. There's no gameplay.
A new little Gacha.
New little Gacha. There you go.
My Hero Ultimate.
You're not playing that. There's no shot.
I have played it.
You're a fucking psychopath. Night, what are you playing this weekend?
I am just playing a little bit of Pokemon.
Night's actually playing Elden Ring right now.
Oh god, I wish.
He's playing the test build as we speak. Devmare, he's on it.
Yeah, I got it early.
Oh shit, let him know, King. Alright, next question. From Alex Wisniewski. See, I figured out how to pronounce it. I'm on it now. He asks,
let's go.
If you have to spend $1 million in 5 minutes in order to receive $1 billion, how are you spending it? And he says, hint, you can give it away / donate it.
5 minutes?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Shit, I was gonna say I'm popping packs, but
Todd's loading up his Todd's buying gems.
Yeah. Go to eBay and buy a bunch of like high-end collectible stuff.
No,
you
man,
can buy Google Play cards.
I'm gonna buy $1 million with Google Play cards and just fucking that's it.
I mean, if you can go to a Twitch streamer and just donate it, or just donate to myself.
You send me the million the million. Done. Right? So it's still your million.
And then I get $1 billion. So
you get $1 billion, and then I donate back the $1 million to you. Hold on, man. I mean, PayPal will be on our ass though, but where the fuck do you get $1 million from? So that's like, you know, not to be like a realist here, but that's always the hard part. Because you say that crypto, but it's like no site allows you to deposit $1 million in one single transaction.
Correct. It's hard to spend $1 million that quickly because of all the verification that has to go through.
Imagine you go to a car dealership with $1 million, you're like, yep. I'm gonna buy like 10 cars, please. Like,
it's actually not easy, to be honest.
But I think like
if you had prep time, maybe.
Like if you, for example, if you got sent $1 million like on PayPal, no questions asked, like, and you just had it on your PayPal, then I guess you'd maybe try to distribute it as much as you could. I'll probably just buy Google Play cards, to be honest with you. Fuck it. Shout out all the homies. Everyone can get it.
I wonder, you know how sometimes you can buy like custom gift cards? I wonder if you can actually buy a gift card.
With $1 million?
Yeah, I wonder if that'll work.
Yeah, maybe. That's a shout.
I don't know. Don't know where you'd buy the gift card for though.
Yeah, that's the issue. Who the fuck's got $1 million to put on? Like, that's wild.
Like, I'll buy a $1 million gift card for menu log. $1 million worth of food.
$1 million on Uber Eats.
It's time.
But it's like
$1 million worth.
Even
of,
like donating it to charity. Like,
yeah,
you pull up, donate $1 million, they're gonna be questioning your ass. Like, what the fuck is going on? How do you like? Who the hell are you? Like, pulling up, giving $1 million. The question
it's
is,
not easy to spend $1 million.
When do you get the $1 billion though? Do you get it straight away after spending the $1 million? Because if that's the case, I'll go donate it to a charity.
Ooh, and then, and another question is it cash or does it go into a bank?
Yeah, a check.
It's a single. Oh, that's actually good though. It's a single check.
Because if it's cash, it's a lot easier to get rid of it.
Correct.
To spend it. You can just give it to people.
I'm putting it under my bed. I'm giving it to my mum. There you go. My mum can get the milli. It's fine. She deserves it.
If that counts.
Yeah, exactly. That's the question. Like, what does spending constitute? Like the exchange of
just
money.
Donating it. I'm donating it.
I would assume to purchase something.
He does
but
say
he says you can donate it too.
He also says
I'm donating it to my parents.
He says you can give it away. I'm going to give it away to my mum.
Oh.
And then I get a Billy. Like, what do you mean?
It's still difficult to do.
Yeah.
But you can give it away. I don't know. I feel like if it's in cash, you see, if it's a check, if it's digital, like, or PayPal or something, actually very difficult to get rid of.
I think either way, the feds are on your ass, no matter what. The taxation office is pulling up.
Yeah, ain't that the facts? Yeah.
It's over for you. Where'd you get $1 million from? I just given it. Yeah, no shot, kid.
Alex gave it to me.
Yeah, Alex, get them on his ass. Fuck him.
I mean, either way, I'll take $1 million. I'll take it.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll take the $1 million, even if I don't get the $1 billion. I'm like, that's fine. Just got $1 million. We're chilling. All right, what's one thing you'd spend if you had to spend it on one thing? Though, what would be the one thing you spend it on?
Oh,
one thing.
$1 million.
You have to spend $1 million, but it's on one item. So, like, I want to get 300 like base set Charizards or some shit. Like, you can only spend it like on one item, but you can buy like whatever quantity of that item is available for $1 million.
Oh, Jesus, that is rough. I don't know, because I like greedy me wants to say like something relating to a collectible.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I don't know. Is there actually something that would be better to spend that money on? I don't know.
I would make a real lightsaber.
Yo, yeah, that's actually a shout. That's actually a shout, dude. That's a good ass shout. I'm down for that.
All right.
I'm down for that. What's Flame spending his mil
on? Fuck. Shit, man. Fuck it. I'm gonna be boring. Give me that BMW i8 2022.
Bro, he had it on lock. What do you mean, man? He had that shit on lock.
What is this? Oh, that is a fresh looking car.
Yes, it is.
How much is it?
Let me try and find that. It's probably not cheap. 160,000 estimate. Starting price.
So buy 8 of them.
Yeah, buy 8 of them. Give them to y'all.
That's what I'm saying. 2 each. You get 2 of them each. Let's go. 5. All right.
Sheesh.
Good.
Oh wait, that's even better for us though, because if that's $1 million US, that's even more over here.
Yeah, it's like 1.6 for us. Hold on.
Yeah.
We're moving mad. All right. Good question. Next question from @ObsidianSteed. They ask, he asked 2 questions, sorry. Are you all a candle, incense, or air spray type of person? And when it comes to video games, do you prefer art direction or graphics?
I'm more incense. I like incense better.
Well, I've only had my balls dipped in candle wax so far.
Hey,
so
yo!
Guy.
Oh my days!
Yo, not into some freaky shit.
This man is out of control.
Yo, I'm dead.
That's fucking. I'm lost. I'm shook, man. I'm so shook.
Where did that come from?
Why couldn't my audio cut out on hearing that shit, man? Oh my days. My guy really said, "I've really ever had my balls dip in candle wax." This man is a demon.
Someone get their mans.
Please.
Oh man, that's great.
Okay, so Night likes candles. Todd's an incense.
I take the incense.
Yeah, me too, probably. Actually, no, candles are pretty cracking, but not for Night's reason. Definitely not for dipping my balls in it, but you know, they're pretty cool. And when it comes to video games, art direction or graphics?
Art direction.
I think art direction is more important. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
because even if the graphics look really good, if like it doesn't make sense or it just looks shit, it doesn't matter. Like everything has to be put correctly into the scene. Like it's way more important. Like we've seen so many games that have terrible graphics still be amazing games. Like Pokemon.
Yeah, correct. Easily.
Yeah, I think art direction's way more important.
Yeah, for sure. From Meriki or Murky Darko, they ask, has anyone played Sonic and Adventure 2 or listened to the soundtrack? I think it's meant to be Sonic Adventure 2. No and no from me, unfortunately.
Hell yeah, bro. That's my favorite Sonic game of all time. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. That game is fucking god tier.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Soundtrack popping then?
Yeah, bro. Fucking look up Sonic 2 Battle Live and Learn. That's the final boss battle theme.
Song. Live and Learn. I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boris used to play it all the time in his stream.
Oh shit, true. You're right, actually. Shout out Boris, man. Where are you at?
Yeah, shout out Boris one time. Yeah. Okay. Good stuff.
You played Sonic Adventure 2?
No, I haven't, unfortunately. But sounds goated.
There we go.
I know that there's a lot of hardcore Sonic fans out there.
Yes. You want to see that Sonic movie next month?
Yeah, and they're already saying that they're going to make a Knuckles series.
And Sonic 3 was announced already.
Oh my god, they're really popping off.
That's too much. Now you're moving.
I mean, people are going to watch it. I mean, the first Sonic movie was actually really good.
There you go.
Yeah, it was okay.
Good stuff.
All right. Our penultimate question from Brandon Ben. And he asks, hey, GGP, with the release of One Piece Film Red coming out later this year, focusing on Shanks, I'm very excited for it. However, before the announcement of this movie, I would have loved to see a movie about the Rocks Pirates involving that incident at God Valley with Roger and Garp. What do you guys think if Toei had done a movie about that instead? I don't know if that was spoilers or not. I don't think it is spoilers.
No, it's not.
Okay. No, that was in the anime already.
Okay.
Jeez, that would be goated if they did that.
I think that there's room for a movie for that for sure.
Yeah,
there's definitely room for a movie.
I feel like we need to actually learn a little bit more about some of the mysteries and stuff in that manga before they just drop a movie.
Here's who Rock Zebek was, by the way. Like, what the fuck? You can't do that, but.
Yeah, but once all that stuff comes out, if they want to make a movie out of that, that'd be awesome.
No, 100%. I totally agree. I think Rogs D. Sebek God Valley thing would be kind of schmacking if we're being honest. So I'm definitely down.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. But I am still excited for Film Red. I think it's going to be a really fun film.
I'm so hyped for Film Red. I don't know. I love Shanks.
Like I don't know how it's going to work with Shanks being a part of the film, because we've already seen that like all the Straw Hats have their own like costume designs like they typically do. So the Straw Hats are in the film, but it also will be about Shanks as well. So I don't know how that pieces together exactly.
It would just be weird if they're like, oh, Shanks and Luffy met up at like a festival like they always do with these movies or whatever. So like,
that'd be weird.
I reckon it's
maybe like Luffy has to fight a boss, and then near the end, like Shanks actually rolls up and helps Luffy beat the boss or something.
Or maybe it's like on that same kill, but like that's a boss that Shanks fucked over at some point, and then like Luffy's like Luffy's fighting him or something like that.
So. Like that would be really cool, but I wouldn't want to see Luffy see Shanks for the first time in the fucking movie.
No, I
That
wouldn't want
that
to.
would really make me upset.
I don't like Otter's like executive producer on this thing. I think it is. It's like he has a very obvious and inherently has a very high say. So I doubt that they'd be like, oh yeah, just let him see Shanks in this film. No big deal. So that'd be kind of messed up if I'm being real with you.
Yeah,
but
I could see like the bad in the film being like, oh wait, that's Shanks's hat, and then like maybe
they're
they
having
reminisce about how they fought
yeah.
Shanks or something. Yeah, maybe something like that would be interesting.
I think that would make sense, but it'd be interesting to see how that
yeah.
kind of
And how they're gonna make a new Shanks legend. I hope they make a new Shanks legend for the film.
Please, if we're talking Treasure Cruise for at least one part of this episode, make a good Shanks legend with the movie. I beg of you.
Oh yes, sir. Wonder if it'll be a Super Sugo.
He better be. He probably
might,
might. You know what? Like, he will be.
Because there's one, so there'll be a Super Sugo in May for the anniversary.
Correct.
And then, so August is what, 3 months after that. I think that's pretty decent time to have another Super Sugo.
That's enough time, yeah.
Cool.
All right. And the final question, as per usual, from our boy Cswins.
Oh, yes,
aka
sir.
Cody in Canada. He asks, hey guys, as always, thanks for the work you put in. Looking forward to this new venture. And congrats to Papi on the graduation. Admittedly, this week's been
congrats, my friend.
TY. Admittedly, this week's been kind of hectic for me, so I don't have a ton for you. Just wanted to leave a couple recommendations for shows to check out and some questions. Shows, I highly recommend Dark. It's a German series on Netflix that I got into last year. Goes very heavily into time travel, and not to ruin anything, I'll just say the story is full of twists and turns. Mindhunter is also really good. Goes deep into criminal profiling. And an odd one for me, my wife has gotten me into watching Love Is Blind. It's kind of wholesome show about meeting each other without seeing another first. Have you guys seen any of those three?
I have seen the first two.
Dark. I've seen the last one, to be honest with you.
Oh.
Love Is Blind is such a hilarious premise. So essentially what happens is there's like a house of guys and then there's like a house of girls. And they go on dates. But the date is like obstructed by a wall, so they can't actually see each other's like physical features at all. So it's all based upon like communication and like, you know, that kind of stuff.
Right.
And then eventually they just fucking propose to each other, like between the walls. And then they get and then when they go to like once they've accepted the proposal, then they get to finally see each other. So it's fucking crazy.
That's,
the premise. Weird. It's just funny though, because some of the shit that goes into that show is hilarious. Like, shout out my girl Lucy for getting me into it, but that shit is like, I'm not even getting into it. We just watched it together, and that shit is so funny sometimes because it's just such a weird like premise of a show. I don't know about wholesome. It's just fucking awkward at times, but like, there was like some guy. It was like he came off all like cool and stuff, and like he ended up marrying this person. And then he starts saying, he's like, oh, by the way, I'm bisexual and I've mainly dated guys. And like the girl's like,
okay, dude.
Then the girl's like, that probably would have been helpful to tell me. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but like, it would have been nice. And then he just starts saying, he's like, I'm me. I'm not changing for anyone. Fuck you, bro. And then the girl just left him. Like, bro, like, what the fuck is going on?
Holy.
I was like, bro, why you do that? Why didn't you tell her from the very beginning, you clown? Like, it's a big part of your life. If you're bisexual, then you have to let people know. Like, it's only fair. Like, Jesus. And he's like, I'm me. I'm not changing for no one. Fuck I'm a king. And I'm like, all right, bro, you gotta fucking calm down, bro. But, you know, it's a very weird show, but it was very interesting nonetheless. Dark and Mindhunter.
I haven't seen those.
No?
Yeah, Dark is... I'm not a big fan of Dark.
Yeah.
Then I ended up like sitting and watching a few episodes. There's like a German series that is like dubbed over in English.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's better to just watch the German with the English subtitles because it just sounds better.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting. It's like, if I remember correctly, there was like some like hole in this in the woods, like a cave in the woods. And when people go through it, they like end up like going back in time. And it was really bizarre. And you really have to focus to know what the hell is going on. It's like you see, oh, wait, that's the guy who is actually like 10 years old from this scene. But now he's like 30 years old here. It's a real mindfuck.
Yeah.
If you're into that kind of thing, yeah, it's cool, but it's just you have to focus really hard for it. Mindhunter is goated, probably one of my favorite TV series I've ever watched. If you're into crime related shows, you'll love Mindhunter. Great acting. Unfortunately, it got canned after season 2. I don't know why it did.
Why does Netflix always do that shit?
Directed by David Fincher, which is the guy who did a lot of other really good crime movies. Did he do Seven? I think he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great show. So if you're into criminal crime shows, Mindhunter's perfect.
Awesome.
I haven't scouted it. If you're talking about the one with the puppets.
Wait, what?
Oh, different Mindhunter. Interesting.
Wait.
No, I'm talking about 7. Isn't it the one
7?
With, like the puppets and they have like a hardened, and they're like people, puppets and shit. Like,
no, we must be thinking of something different.
Yeah, we are. Okay, sorry.
That's all good.
Bro, Night's thinking about Five Nights at Freddy's, man. You know what I'm saying? He's thinking about the
movie. The movie 7 has Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman in it as detective.
Yeah, Night's busy playing Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach this weekend. That's what he's playing.
Yikes. But I haven't seen any of those shows.
Okay. And then obviously with every Cody question, we got food related stuff. So
let's go.
It's always a quick fire one these times. All right. So for tacos, beef or fish?
Beef.
I've never tried a fish
we've
taco.
Done it. And he said beef as well. Jam.
It sounds gross.
I think fish taco would be nice if it was like deep fried, a little crumbed. Like I feel like it could move kind of nice.
Yeah,
like
it can work. I've just never tried it, so I'm going beef.
All right, for jams, raspberry or strawberry?
Strawberry.
Oh my gaze. All right,
what the fuck?
So he said raspberry, so that guy's a weirdo, man. Pickled eggs, good or gross? Pickled eggs.
Never had it.
What's pickled eggs? Is it like?
So
it's exactly what you think.
It's exactly what you think. So it's like you basically boil the egg and then you peel it and then you put it in a jar with like the salt brine and then you just like, maybe put some flavoring to it and then like it kind of like ferments a little bit. So that's pretty much the premise of it. So basically it's like a pickle, but it's an egg. I've never had it myself, so I can't really comment.
I don't like pickled shit to begin with. I'm going with gross.
Okay, so I'm saying we're all still on the same page there. He said good. That's pretty interesting. Chocolate or caramel?
Chocolate.
Oh, that's fucking hard.
I'm chocolate.
Team chocolate.
Do not.
I'll go chocolate.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
This is so hard for me. This is too hard for me. I'm gonna cry.
I don't like either of these.
If you were forced to drink one, which one would it be?
Coffee.
Come on, Papi.
I don't know, man. It's hard. I love tea, but...
Why you little tea fuck?
Nah, I'm coffee gang.
Let's go, baby.
I've got so much like tea. I love tea, but like if I was like to go out, I'd be like if I was to go out to like a cafe like for breakfast, like 99% of the time I'm picking coffee. Like there's very rarely do I get tea. If I'm out like eating Chinese, I'll get Chinese tea, but like otherwise it's coffee. So damn, GGP consensus once again. We're out here.
Yes, sir.
This is the law.
This is the law. Whatever we say is true. He said tea, so he's a weirdo, man. I don't know about Cody anymore. And similar to the potluck question, let's say in a world where COVID restrictions aren't a thing and all of GGP gets together, what's going on that grill for a backyard barbecue and who's bringing the sides? You all know I'm going for a good case of beers and some homemade potato salad.
Ooh, all right, so potato salad's good as.
Cody's got the beers and the salad. What do you guys bring into the barbecue?
Okay. I think I got something that I like on the barbecue, and it's like super obscure, but it's definitely only an Australian thing as well. So I don't know if people know about these things called dim sims that we have here.
Oh yeah.
So dim sims, they're basically like they're like dumplings, basically.
Yeah.
And you can like either like deep fry them or you can like steam them, and they're basically just meat and like cabbage and vegetables. And what you can do is like they usually come frozen in a bag. You can chop them in half and then you can cook them on the barbecue, and they're actually god tier.
There you go.
I'd probably bring those for the barbecue.
Todd's bringing some dim sims. I'll bring as the Arab man, I'll bring the skewers. Whatever kind of meat you want. Some lamb, chicken, some beef, you know what I mean? Get some crazy ass skewers going on. I'll bring the skewers.
That sounds great.
I'll be that one dude that brings the cake that nobody eats.
Damn, dude.
I'll eat it.
Yeah,
I love
is it chocolate or is it caramel? That's the question.
Whatever the fuck you want it to be.
What about an ice cream cake?
Oh, ice cream cake sounds kind of cracking.
Yeah, that's good.
Knight, what are you bringing?
Fuck it, I'll bring the steaks.
There we go. All right, we got a nice barbecue going on. Hold on.
Sounds good. I'd probably bring some sausages as well, or some burgers if you guys want.
Keep your sausage in your pants.
Hey, bro, hey, man.
Hey, I got plenty to share, bro. What you talking about?
Oh my god. Knight has the audacity to say that after dipping his balls in candle wax. I don't know,
right?
Man.
This man crazy.
This man needs to keep his balls out the wax for all I'm saying. Like he's using the wrong type of wax. Much love as always, guys. Excited to see where this new branch of GGP goes, and the food tier list is about a quarter completed. Oh my god. I've been a bit distracted with work and have some renovations, but we'll complete it as soon as I can. No worries, don't stress about any of that. Thanks as always, your boy Cody in Canada. Once again, we appreciate your question, Cody. But with that being said, and that wraps us up for our first inaugural non-OPTC episode, but just in general, episode 61 of the Good Great Perfect podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, first thing we'll say is that if you have any feedback, any suggestions, any topic ideas, leave them all in the comment section down below or tweet us at GGP Podcast. But I'll go through the usual spiel. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. As per usual, you can find our all of our social medias via Linktree, linktr.ee/goodgreatperfect. You can find all of the medias there. We're on Twitter at GGP Podcast. On YouTube, which you should be subscribed to, road to 2,500 subs this year. And also on all of our audio-only versions, that being anchor.fm/goodgreatperfect. We're on the main platforms there, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts as well. If you enjoyed us as individuals, as hosts, or whatever it is, and you're looking for Elden Ring content, make sure you subscribe to everyone's YouTube channels. All of our social media links are down in the description, so make sure you're following everyone on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all that fun stuff there. But I think that wraps us up for today's episode. We really hope you all enjoyed this kind of branching out of GGP. Don't worry, episode 62 will be back into the OPTC minds, and we'll be talking about the Carried and Winder release, V2 Doflamingo, 6+, and all that fun stuff as well. With that being said, I've been Captain Papi, Flame, Knight, and Todd. Thank you for listening to the episode. Talk to us next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.